So you know where you'll be every Tuesday night for the next 6 weeks, right? Okay. Now, if you go to a lot of gigs, especially in Belfast, you might have noticed that there's more photographers there than actual people. Rock photography is bigger than ever, with a bunch of new snappers joining the eternal chase for that perfect crotch shot.
Back in the late 70s, there was punk rock. And in Northern Ireland, it came out of a very exciting underground scene. If you wanted to know more about this, you had to read your fanzines, such as this one, Alternative Ulster. The words were inspiring, it was photography with attitude. Work from the likes of Peter McGuinness, John T. Davis, and my personal faves, those wonderful images from Alistair Graham.
So you were what? You were quite young at that stage?
Yeah, I'd have been about 16, maybe 17.
Nipping into town, your wee moped?
That was the thing, yeah. It was the best way to get to the gigs. See if you get in hiding in Bridge Street afterwards, waiting for a taxi. That was taking a small rangefinder camera, and because of the good lights, I think they were filming that for Shell Shock Rock, the undertones that evening. So because of the great lights, I was able to get a good picture just by simply standing a few feet away.
Teenage dreams so hard to beat. Every time she walks down the street.
Well, Alistair, when you were taking these pictures many years ago, did you think that it was going to be part of our social history?
No, I think we were just sort of caught up in the heat of it all, but it was a natural sort of inclination to record it. I didn't think it would become the kind of document it has. Every time I put these pictures away in the attic, somebody's phoning up or emailing me looking to get copies of them or to use them for books and things. So, I mean, it wasn't being recorded because to make money.
Yeah.
It was being done because there was a passion there to record it. And likewise, the bands weren't making any money. They were doing it because they believed wholeheartedly in it. Looking back, it would have been nice to have used a lot more film, have a lot more pictures from the time, but that's the way it was.
The other side of the argument is really that you had to make every picture count.
Oh, you need to plan the shot, work out where the best angle was, work out where you could stand safely without somebody pulling into you, which was a constant threat in those days.
When our music scenes have been at their strongest, there's always been a few photographers around to capture the moment. Iona Bateman is one of them.
So Iona, we were kind of looking at your stuff in this exhibition shot by both sides, and you're kind of almost the young kid on the block. All these people have been at it for ages. Was it interesting seeing yourself in that kind of context?
Yeah, it was great. It was like a great honour as well to be up there with those kind of people because they've been at it for probably longer than I've been alive. I'm not really sure where it started. It was just at university going to a lot of gigs, and one of the first photo shoots I ever saw of the Foo Fighters when they were all naked in this jacuzzi, and I thought, yeah, I could do this for the rest of my life. That might work. Yeah.
So it was nothing to do with the art of photography, and it was naked men in jacuzzis?
Yeah, I'm afraid it was absolutely nothing to do with the art of photography.
So you've had a good relationship with therapy. How did that come about?
It's really weird coming from Belfast and not having heard any of their stuff, but we were doing a photo shoot for a magazine and met up with Andy in London. Had no clue who he was or anything and did these photos, and they ended up on the cover of the magazine, and when the band saw them, they really liked them. So it wasn't for them, I doubt I'd be getting as much exposure as I am right now.
So there's a picture in the exhibition of Iggy Pop, and I think you do the man justice.
Iggy's crazy, you really can't get too close to him, and everyone was really holding back with their huge lenses, and at the time I was using a really rubbish camera basically that had no zoom, so he came on stage and I was just like right in there, right under him, and I just, it was incredible. I was shaking when I came out of that. It was probably the best gig I've ever photographed in my life. He was just incredible, pure rock and roll.
You're kind of a man, really.
Yeah, definitely. If he's free, then I'd be up for it.
More recently then, Electric Eel Shock.
Yeah, they're amazing guys. I've known them for about 3 years now, and they're just incredible to photograph. They've got everything you could ever dream of in a band, great hair, great poses, all that kind of thing, and really just amazingly good fun.
Have you thought about what makes a good rock and roll photograph?
I don't really think when I'm taking photos, you know, it just happens, you know. And I think about the music and what people are doing on stage. I'm not all thinking, oh, is the light a certain way or am I using the right settings, you know. It's really just about that moment, trying to get that energy. It's all about energy, because when you think about a live show, you've got maybe 45 minutes and just trying to get the entire energy of that entire show into one image. That's really what it's all about.
This is a classic time for music photography. The mosh pits are full of snappers with attitude. And here's a Snow Patrol session by Bradley Quinn on a recent Hot Press cover. You can see other people's work on websites, in local magazines and on CD sleeves. They've got the talent, and thankfully, they also have the vision.